Morning, people. Yeah, when the crypto markets gestate, you can always go back to the FX markets and see what's going on. And that's the amazing thing about a great methodology. It works agnostically of market and underlying market. This that we've got ahead of us here is the British pound against Australian dollar. We've all heard about the little Punch and Judy show going on with the debt ceiling for the dollar, but in the meantime the pound has actually been gaining not just against the dollar but against the Aussie as well. So yeah, it peaked out over there. That was, well, some time ago now, but it's sold off. This is what we'd call a classic rounding bottom. You get continuation, grind lines and continuation. Start to get bigger rallies, and then you get a grind line, then a failure to make a new low, which occurred here. So what we actually have is a couple of structures. On your 3 hour, we've identified HVF. You could probably drop that down a little lower and pick it off. The volume is broker volume, so I've taken it off. It was just cluttering the chart. But that upside HVF has made its target with a nice clear-cut defined triggering event and break, and that's made its target. And as you do with HVF method, once you've made target, you churn, and you don't do much of any great use, and you can even pull back. Could come all the way back down and revisit the funnel. However, within all of that, in red, I've just shown that you effectively have a left shoulder ahead and a right shoulder, and we're taking the axis here as our key level of significance that occurred around the 1.736 level. So you've made that, you get a little bit of a dip, and then the possibility to run to 1.7623. So this, I suppose, if you were talking about it, you should have been in over here, but giving you the retrospective on the HVF, there's still potential. So any dip, if it bought, I would expect the stop at the original HVF to hold. If it didn't, that would imply new forces in town, and certainly the inverted head and shoulders would then probably be under risk if it ran through the red line and down below the actual structure of the low one, etc. That would be a negative event for the inverted. Already, however, the HVF itself has performed, so hence the possibility for being able to buy in lower down for a later move up to 76.233. Okay, so that's a view of how you can utilize HVF method within traditional technical analysis patterns. We hold out a far higher likelihood of performance on HVF, so it's a better strategy. There's a squeeze, there's a whole lot. You'll learn a lot more about it in a program if you want to, how it works both in crypto, FX, equities, and many others. May do a few things in other areas as well for the fun of it while we are watching the pullback on the crypto market. But those are for upsides. But of course, during a crypto downturn period, you can also look at inverted HVFs, in other words, sell-off setups. The sell-offs happen even faster and quicker. You can look at the micro coins, the smaller ones that can still do fairly well on the basis that they're not overly affected by the general market if they have a specific reason for them. And you should play good defense and move in and out of a certain percentage into Tether to cover against shedding Bitcoin valuation. Okay, that's my take. I'm Francis Hunt. This is the Market Sniper, and if you want to find out more about being part of our April program, we'll be doing an amazing theory weekend shortly now for the January program, but there's no slots available at all. You can get in touch on the website, hit the Get Started button. Until then, enjoy following how the GBP and the Aussie USD works things out. Speak to you again soon.